Hey guys, it's the WalterFootball.com After Dark Show for April 4th, 2025. Going to be doing some best ball drafts tonight. We did one last night. We had some requests to do more, but the one last night took a while to finish because it took a while to get in. So hopefully we could do two drafts tonight. As you can see, I'm flying solo, so don't have to worry about our co-host, needing to sign off. So I'm here all night, so I can do two best ball drafts. And as always, I'm flying solo, so that means any questions go. Any questions are fair game. I will answer anything and everything. Before we begin, and we're waiting for this room to fill, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video, visit the link in the description for the merch store. As you can see, I'm once again wearing the Cole's Choice t-shirt. It is such a nice shirt. I had to wear it twice. You can get this shirt as well as any other shirt here at the merch store. Let me reload just to make sure. I think it's still 25% off. Yeah, it's still 25% off. That means these shirts are $12 or $13. I feel like that's a great deal in this economy. These are high quality shirts, and it's the best value you're going to see till Black Friday. I'm pretty sure. So, and you can also change the colors of any of these shirts. So if you're like, I don't like black t-shirts, you can make them white or blue. Or I wouldn't recommend white because you have to change the font. But you can make them blue or green or red or pink or yellow. Like you can do anything with them. You can get hoodies. I'm pretty confident, and women's t-shirts if you're looking to shop for your significant other. You can get that to help the show. You can go to Amazon, buy my book. The most recent one is Jerks of the College Years. I spent 6 years at Penn State, and I met a lot of weird people there, and I wrote about them. So that's basically the gist of the book. I think you guys would like it. I had a lot of fun writing it, so I think you guys would enjoy reading it. Also, please consider super chats, super stickers. It's the best way to support the show. This week we had a couple of super chats. John Sanders is helping us as usual, and Karmic, I think, was the other super chat. And we also, before that, we had Slew, we had Degeneron, Can't Make an Eagle, Armac, the boss. You guys have been so great with your contributions. I can't say it enough. It means so much because these YouTube ads mean nothing or pay nothing, and they also mean nothing too. They pay nothing, and really, you guys, like, anytime you guys super chat us, it's like octuple or more what we usually would get paid. Like I said this on last night's show. The last time we got no super chats on a show, we made 69 cents, which is it's a cool number, but not when you're trying to get money, like trying to get paid for this. So guys, again, it really means so much. Hey Mike, how's it going? All right, so we have 9 out of 12 in here so far. While we wait, I can talk about some of the signings that we had today. We had Cardinals extending Trey McBride 4 years, $76 million. I'm usually against big contract tight ends. They usually tend to fail, but the exception is if they happen to be elite players at the position. Like we're talking like Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, like guys like that, Gronkowski back in the day. I think Trey McBride qualifies as that. I think you can argue that he's, with Kelce like aging out, he could be the second best tight end in the NFL. I think Brock Bowers is already the best. There are a couple other candidates, I think, but George Kittle is still there, but he's getting up there in age. Sam Laporta looked great as a rookie. He regressed a little bit last year. Then there's McBride, and some will say that he only scored 2 touchdowns last year, but I feel like a lot of that was on Kyler Murray, so I wouldn't read too much into that. All right, let's. So I give it an A-. I think it's a good contract. I think he deserves to get this sort of money. So we are in the draft. Let's see where we are. Where are we drafting? We're drafting number 11. So quite the departure from the first 3 drafts we did. The first 3 drafts were we were drafting, I think, second, third, and then first, if I remember correctly. Or no, I think it was the opposite. I think we went third, second, and first. Because the first draft we drafted Bijan Robinson, number 3, and then the second draft, the first 2 was with Butters. We drafted Saquon Barkley second overall, and then in the first draft, or in the draft yesterday, we drafted Saquon Barkley again with Kenny. We will not be getting Saquon Barkley in this draft unless something very strange happens. Kind of looking at the names to see if I recognize anyone. I don't think so. And if any of you people drafting with us are in the chat, say hello. We had I am the Kai come in, or he was drafting with us last week. I thought that was pretty funny. He's like he was like right after me, and we were. Butters and I were talking about like 2 tight ends we would take. We took 2 tight ends, and then he chatted. He's like, "You sniped my guys." It was pretty funny, but I think what we're aiming to do here at number 11 is I guess go receiver, running back. I don't think you necessarily need to like plan your positions, but I feel like that's how it would probably end up. Like I feel like we're probably going to get one of the like one of the, I'd say like the number 2 tier receivers. I think the tier 1 receivers are Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, and then after that you have a bunch of guys. You have Amon-Ra St. Brown, you have Malik Neighbors, you have Brian Thomas Jr., you have AJ Brown, and a couple other guys. We can look here. So I'll put Lamb in that group, Nakua, Nico Collins. So I think we should be able to get at least one of these guys, and then hopefully a running back. But if we take 2 of these tier 2 receivers, then I'm fine with it, because it'll be quite different than what we've done in the past drafts. So Jamar Chase goes first overall. Saquon Barkley goes second. No surprises here. I kind of miss not having Barkley because we've had him the past 2 times. If you guys have any recommendations on what we should do, please chat us. Patrick says, "Would you put money on best ball? Would put money on best ball, but these Trump tariffs make my accounts say no." Sorry to hear that, Patrick. So this is not financial advice, of course, but my accounts are not too bad today because, well, first of all, the only stock I have a position in right now is GameStop, and it wasn't down too bad today. It was okay. But I have another position, and it's a put. I've 50 put contracts on Southwest Airlines, LEV. I have it on like good authority that they will be bankrupt by this time next year. This was from the Tim Cass show. They had Vino Mom on there, and she was talking about it a lot. And it's basically like private equity came in and like stripped Southwest Airlines of like everything. We saw it happen with Big Lots. Michaels is another one. There have been a few of them, and it sounds like Southwest Airlines is next. So you may have heard that Southwest Airlines stopped their like the free bag flying, and they've also cut a lot of jobs. Like they're really hurting for money right now. So I bought puts for $15-$20 dating January 2027, and they're up pretty substantially right now, and I think they will continue to be up. So again, not financial advice. It's just what I'm doing. It's what I heard. Hopefully, well, I don't want people to lose their jobs, but like I want to say hopefully they go out of business. But like, well, it's pretty rough. Like it sounds like they're not doing very well. So I think you can just ride them all the way down. And if they do go out of business, if they go bankrupt, like those puts will be worth thousands of dollars. Like it'll be insane. All right, we're up right now. Nico Collins is the top player in this ADP. Then you have Brian Thomas Jr., McCaffrey. I love Brian Thomas Jr. I definitely want to target him. I wouldn't mind Nico Collins either. I think if Collins comes back to me, I'll take him. So we have to see what Standish does. I will take Brian Thomas Jr. though, and we'll see what Standish does right now. I'm not opposed to taking McCaffrey. Like I know there's a lot of risk there, but in these tournaments where how many people are in this? Does it say here? Contest details. Let's see. There are going to be. I don't know if it says it, but I mean, there's going to be so many people in this, and it's 200,000 the first. You need a lot of luck to win this. So he went Collins. It's funny. He went Collins and McCaffrey. Those are the 2 guys I wanted. So we'll have to decide what we want to do here. Running backs. We have Achane, Taylor, Irving. I don't mind one of those. Let's go with Achane. I think I love his upside. He has he's so good. Again, he has risks like McCaffrey. But I think that he has the ability to just like have some monster games, and that's kind of what you need in best ball. I don't mind the other running backs either. So guys, let me know what you have done. Jonathan Taylor just went. What are you going to do the 1 year later draft grades for 2024? I've actually done them. I'm waiting to post them probably next week, but I have completed them, so they'll be up soon. I made a ton off AMC back when it was ripping. Well, I would like to say I did the same. Unfortunately, I just never sold at the top, and yeah, just got punished for it. So the problem was I made decent money on I made really good money on GameStop, and that was the same calendar year that AMC ripped. And I knew that, like, I already knew that I was going to be owing a crap ton to the government in taxes on GameStop, and I was thinking, like, hey, if I hold on to this for a year, because I bought AMC back in like January of 2021. I was like, if I hold this to like January 2022, I can pay long-term taxes, and it's the next year I want to pay all these taxes in 1 year. And so GameStop or AMC ripped in June. I want to say June of 2021. It went up to $72 or something, and then like it hung around between like 45 and like 55 for a couple of months, maybe like a month and a half or so. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna, just gonna hang around, wait till January 2022, sell a decent amount of my position. But like by then, it like went down to like $20 or $15. I can't remember like what exactly, but it went down substantially. And I felt like an idiot. I'm like, I don't want to like sell now. Like, what if it goes back up? Like, I feel so stupid. Like, I could have sold for a lot more money, but I would have owed these taxes. And so I just waited and never went back up. It just kept going down. And I finally sold. I sold when they announced the reverse split. So I got out of the position entirely. I lost, like, I didn't lose a lot. I lost a little bit, but I could have made so much more money. Had like even like considering taxes, I could have made so much money just selling in June of 2021. Just sucks. Like, and it sucks that, like, the opposite happened with GameStop. Like I sold GameStop on January 25th, 2021. I bought it $5 and I sold at 105. So I made $100 per share, which is insane. If I held for 3 more days, I could have sold for $4.80 a share. So I could have made quadruple what I did, or almost quintuple what I did. So yeah, so like part of holding on to AMC was like I just I could have held on for longer on GameStop, and it could have made more. So I'm like, am I going to make the same mistake in AMC? And so like that was part of it too. It just, I don't know, just sucks. So yeah, I lost a little bit of money on AMC just because Adam Aaron is such an idiot. I think he's one of the dumbest CEOs of all time. Like he always complains about like COVID hurt us. Like, I mean, what about the other movie theater companies? Like Cinemax is not Cinemax, CMK or CNK, whatever they are. Cinemark. They're profitable. Like they're making money. They're not diluting. Like, so I have to make a pick here. So best running backs. I love Josh Jacobs, Kyren Williams. We took them on the round 2-3 turn. So I love getting these guys here. So maybe this is a sign that we can wait on a running back like Achane. Cook, I don't mind either. Chase Brown, I like all these guys. Receivers, Garrett Wilson's kind of tough. I kind of think back to like what DJ Moore looked like with Justin Fields. It's worth it, I guess. Xavier Ward looked better at the end of last year. You have Jameson Williams, who's always has upside. I don't love any of these other receivers here. Rounds 4, 2 rounds later, rounds 5 and 6, I could take them there. Garrett Wilson just went. So I think we're looking at double running back here. Trey McBride just went. Yeah, we're looking at double running back. Let's check quarterback quickly. Burrow and Hurts. I mean, they're good. I just want to take him here and then Kittle. So, yeah, we're going double running back, and it's the I believe it's the same running backs we took at the turn last night. So, well, I shouldn't say the same because I'm going to take Jacobs, and then we're going to see what Standish does. So, with if he takes Kyren Williams or not. If he takes Kyren Williams, I think I'm going to be on James Cook. Although we don't know what's going to happen in this contract, so maybe you should not take James Cook. Maybe just take Chase Brown. But yeah, although I mean, look, there's some good running backs left here, like Joe Mixon. I don't know. I feel like you could. I think the value here is at the running backs, but we'll see. All right, so he took Kyren Williams and James Cook, so he made my decision easier. I'm going to go with Chase Brown. So we're going to have 3 really talented running backs and 1 amazing receiver, Brian Thomas Jr. and then try to go receiver after this. So I like to start. Actually, the Standish has done the same thing. He went receiver and then triple running back. So we'll see what you guys are saying here. Let's look at the comments. Patrick says, I saw Ryan Cohen bought $10 million worth more of GameStop. Yeah, I saw that too. Pretty happy about it. I mean, the price went to 21. It doesn't make any sense. Like $10 billion worth of notes were bought up at $29. Like the stock should be at 29. And really, this company has $6 billion in cash, no debt. Like they should be in the 20s at the in like the mid to late 20s, mid to high 20s at the very least. Like I think this should be like a $40 stock right now. Just not even. Like no squeeze, just like fundamentals. Like they have a lot of money and they have no debt. Like, and they're transforming into like a Bitcoin company. Like and they have a great CEO who doesn't take the salary. It's great. Yeah, 21.55. Yeah, that's a great price. Actually sold some $22 puts today. No, on Wednesday I did. So we'll see if I get them. The price might. I assume the price is going to go up tomorrow. So I don't think I'm going to get those shares, but. It's fine. It's collecting the premium is great. Patrick says, I stopped watching Timcast 2 months ago and started watching Gray Zone, Racket News, Tucker, and Dave Smith. Couldn't stand Tim as a host. Always thinks he knows more than everyone in the room. I like Timcast a lot. I still watch it every night. I don't plan on stopping. I get it. Like, he does, he does sometimes like talk over the guests, but it can be a little annoying, but I still like it. He still has some really good guests on sometimes. They kind of lose me when they talk about skateboarding. Like I have no idea what they're talking about. But then again, like when they talk about Magic the Gathering, I assume like other people feel the same way, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Or like Star Trek: The Next Generation. Like he always tends to compare stuff to Star Trek. I'm like, this is my wheelhouse because I used to watch Star Trek TNG all the time. Let's see, AMC is for idiots. Yes, I agree. AMC is a horrible company. Do not buy AMC. That is financial advice. Do not buy AMC. Milton Law has to be up there too with incompetent CEOs. Yeah, Milton Law, for those of you who do not know who he is, first of all, he's like very overweight. But second, he kept buying shares of his company. And this really screwed me up because I like it when CEOs buy shares of the company. Like he would buy like millions of shares, or hundreds of thousands of shares like each week. I'd be like, okay, this is going somewhere. And then like this, and then he just diluted. I'm like, what? Like, what are you doing? Like you bought shares and you're diluting? Like why are you diluting yourself? You're just losing money. It just, I don't understand what he's doing at all. Has Snow White saved AMC yet? Oh man. I've heard some bad things about it. I really want to see that movie just because like everyone says it sucks so much. I want to see how bad it is. I truly want to see if it's as terrible as people are saying. I imagine it is. I don't see why people would lie about that. I was thinking about Rashee Rice here, by the way. Let's look. We are up in like 4 picks or so. Najee Harris just went. We had 3 running backs, so we don't really need to look. But if we didn't, we'd have Montgomery, Walker, Connor. Those are pretty good guys. Aaron Jones. Metcalf is still there. I like him. Olave, I'm a fan of here. Jordan Addison. So some good receivers here too. Juwan Jennings, Kenneth Walker just went. Yeah, I think that's where we are with the receivers. Look at tight end. Laporte is available. I feel like there's good value with tight ends later. You could argue Laporte is really good value here, but he had such a down year last year. I don't know. Plus Ben Johnson's gone. Quarterback Mahomes. I mean, obviously great real life quarterback, fantasy quarterback, not so much Mayfield, but this is definitely gonna be all receivers here for me. So Metcalf just went, so I'm definitely comfortable with taking Olave. I feel like as long as he's healthy, he's gonna do well. You have to worry about the concussions, but I think it's fine. So we'll go Olave, and we'll hope to get one of Addison or Jennings. I have no lean. I think they're both great. I feel like Jennings is gonna be number 1. Next year, but then Ajax is going to return at some point. But he is coming off the torn ACL, so and plus with Addison, you don't really know what you're going to get out of McCarthy, but I assume that he's going to be fine. So Tedero McMillan just went. I think that's interesting. Like he's a rookie. I'd rather have Addison and Jennings, like no question. So I don't know. It's a tough call, I think, between those two. I think I'd lean Jennings actually, because he's the number 1 receiver. Plus their schedule is so easy. Like we were talking about. So Standish made my decision easier. He went with Addison. So we are going to go with Jennings. And I like our start here. We have 3 running backs, 3 receivers. The receivers are Thomas, Olave, and Jennings, and then our running backs are Achane, Jacobs, and Brown. Seems pretty good. So I assume we're going to look at more running backs and receivers on the way back, but probably 2 more receivers. Let's see. What's bit H? What is bit H? You have to. I assume the C is missing there, but I still don't. It still doesn't make sense. So you have to tell me. Agreed. I hate that idiot. Yeah. I assume you're talking about Milton Alt. He's the worst. Tonight's Snow White update moved from 1.5 to 1.6 on IMDb. People are coming around. Yeah, it's the blue-haired cat ladies are really enthusiastic about the movie. I don't know. I heard so many stupid things about it. Like there's no charming prince or Prince Charming, whatever they call him. I think she's awakened by a thief or something, and there's 7 bandits. There's 7 dwarves and 7 bandits, and I think the dwarves are CGI'd because Peter Dinklage complained. I think he's like, what year is this? This is 2025. We can't have I don't know what word to use for little people, but he's like, we can't have these people playing dwarves. I'm like, well, it's not the year 2025 in Snow White, it's they are dwarves, and like dwarves are small people, like they are not even people. I think they're like mythological beings that are born from clay. Like they're not real people. They're just small. And like by doing that, he costs small people their jobs. Like, they CGI'd them out of the movie. Like it's terrible what he did. So yeah, there are 7 dwarves CGI'd, and then there's 7 bandits for some reason. And at the end, Snow White basically she gets rid of the evil queen by going around town and telling people that she knows their name. And so they go against the evil queen because they're like, oh, Snow White knows my name. She must be better than the evil queen. Also, Snow White, who is not Snow White, I think Michael Knowles called her like sand beige or something. I thought that was funny. She's named Snow White because she survived the snowstorm. So just so stupid. Like what are they doing? I don't know. It's so stupid, but I'm glad that they're losing money. Like apparently they're on track to make like 110 or 120 million. The movie cost 270 million to make, and that's not even factoring in like promotion and stuff like that. So I guess get woke, go broke, right? That's what they say. I like some of these picks in the middle rounds here, like Connor, Jones, and Pearsall. These are guys I definitely want to consider. We took Shakir, I think around here last night. Jaden Reed looks pretty good. So we have 4 picks until we're up. So might as well go over here. Mahomes is still there. Cooper Kupp's still there. I guess people don't like him here. Hawkinson's available. I know we pass on Addison, so I'm going to star in Hawkinson. I don't know if we're going to take him, but he's here. Pickens, Metcalf kind of drawing attention away from him. I feel like that should definitely help him. So not opposed to taking Pickens at all. Calvin Ridley, I like. We took him yesterday. Cam Ward's going to be there. He's going to have an upgrade at quarterback, so that's definitely going to help him. Outside of that, you have a bunch of rookies. You have Josh Downs. I kind of like Josh Downs a little bit, but not crazy about him. Jalen McMillan, I'd love him if Chris Godwin didn't come back. Kirk's fine. Not really crazy about him here. Ayuk just went. He's come off a torn ACL. Like, you can't take this guy here. Pittman, I'm interested in him. Shaheed has upside. So, yeah, I think I'm leaning toward Ridley. Cooper Kupp just went. That's a reach. I think I'm leaning toward Ridley. He has big play upside. I'm not sure about Pickens. I think I might take Hawkinson as my tight end, but I'm going to take Ridley right now. We're going to see what Standish does. So this is my 4th receiver. Wouldn't mind taking a 5th receiver. Receiver kind of dries up, and like I said, tight end is pretty deep, but at the same time, I think Hawkinson at 802 would be a nice value. So, yeah, and I think we can get like one of Pittman or Downs on the way back. Not sure about that, but I think we could. And so, yeah, and then after that, we have to start worrying about our quarterbacks and tight ends. So Standish is running against the time. time expired. He took Pickens. And then Hawkinson. So okay, we don't have to worry about Hawkinson. Standish, like he always seems to, with the second pick, he always seems to take one of our guys. The next best tight end is Jonnu Smith. I think it's too early for him. Quarterback, it's too early for a quarterback. So we have to go receive. I think we have to go receiver. I like all these guys. Pittman seems like the best one, but I think we can get him on the way back. Let me get Josh Downs. And I'm not opposed to getting Pittman, like doubling up and stacking it. Like I think that's a good strategy here. So, all right. So we got Josh Downs and Ridley. We got two AFC South receivers to go with the rest of our receivers. Bo Nix just went. So I feel like we're gonna see some quarterbacks go. This is kind of like the range for them. You're gonna see like Kyler Murray and stuff, but there are just so many quarterbacks around this range that like this is the right value for them here. And we have 5 receivers, 3 running backs. I'm pretty content with that. Let's see. Cassandra says Peter Dinklage must hate that MTG game you and Tim Pool like. Would he? Yeah, I mean, look, there are like very few dwarves in that game, but they don't really show that they're small, you know. So I don't know. I don't know if I can see Peter Dinklage playing that game. Honestly, it's that MTG game. I assume, Cassandra, I assume you have never played it, or I'm sure you heard of it, but the game is basically like chess and poker combined. You basically like you have a board and you want to try to advance your board, kind of like chess, but instead of chess pieces, you have cards that you play, and like they do different things. And like the cool thing about the game is that you can design a deck. Like a deck is 100 cards, or actually 99 cards, and you have something called the commander. So you basically can build your deck however you want. There are certain restrictions, like the colors you have in your deck have to match the commander's colors, but it's kind of like gangs. But it's cool that like you can put whatever cards you want in your deck, and just basically customize it however you want. Like you can have an aggressive deck where you like attack quickly with like creatures. You can have like a spell-based deck where you try to like outsmart your opponent. You can have like a combo deck where you try to like combo off and like do stuff infinite times. Like or you can have a deck where you take like infinite turns. Like it's a really cool game. I've been playing it since like 8th or 9th grade, not 9th grade or 10th grade. One of those years. So it's I mean I love it. I don't get to play enough, but I do have a lot of cards. So it's a lot of fun. My brother and his friends are obsessed with it. Yeah, you should try it. It's really good. People like I've introduced that game to so many people and they like fall in love with it. It's so much fun. All right. So Cassandra says, where did Kenny take a tight end and quarterback last night? I had you on in the background, but I was exhausted, couldn't really pay attention. We took our quarterbacks consecutively in rounds 9, 10, and 11. You can't really wait here because like people are going to take 3 quarterbacks. This is 20 rounds. It's not like a standard draft where you have 15 or 16 rounds and like there's only room for like 2 quarterbacks for the most part. And this is best ball, so you're trying to get like the highest scoring quarterback. So you can't wait too long. In fact, like you can't wait beyond round 16 because by then, after round 16, there are no quarterbacks who are starting. Like you're looking at like maybe like Daniel Jones is your best option, but you're looking at like Jameis Winston, who's not a starter. You know, you're looking at with someone in the 20th round a week ago took Aiden O'Connell. It's like that. Michael Pittman just went, so my prediction that he would come back to us was wrong. But we should probably be looking at quarterbacks anyway at this point in tight ends. As far as tight ends, I think we took Njoku in the 8th round. So I know that hurt Kenny's soul a little bit. Brock Purdy just went. I was hoping to pair Purdy with Jennings. So we can get Derek Carr to pair with Chris Olave. I'm not crazy about that. Maybe Cam Ward to pair with Ridley. One of the Colts quarterbacks, but that's not going to be our first quarterback taken. We can take Lawrence to pair with Brian Thomas Jr. We'll see who's available. So Golden just went. He's projected to go late 1st or 2nd round. And then you have Ibuka here. I don't know what to make of Travis Hunter. I really don't like doing my fantasy rankings was so difficult with Hunter. Like he was the hardest like player I've had to like predict. I just don't know what they're gonna get. Like what position is he gonna play? You know, like how much receiver? I'm sure he's gonna play both, but like how much receiver is he gonna play? We just I have no idea. So taking him in the 8th round just seems like insane to me. But anyway, so let's check on running backs. I love Pacheco here. I know we have, and Christian Kirk still, well, never mind, Pacheco's gone. So I don't have to get into that. Someone took Swift yesterday. I think it was someone who didn't take any running backs till Swift. And I was like, I get it, but, the Bears could draft the running back early. McMillan's still here, Mooney, Mims, we could pass on these guys. So, yeah, this, as I was saying, this is the best value spot for quarterbacks. I'm not opposed to taking 2 right here. Tyler Warren's best tight end. Njoku's fine. We can get tight ends later. Quarterbacks, we have Justin Fields, who's always a good option, but the Jets could draft the quarterback early. Justin Herbert's a decent option. We have Stroud, Love, nothing crazy. Drake May. I'm gonna take Justin Herbert, even though we don't have a Charger receiver. Just because he can have some spike weeks, but I don't know what to make of Justin Fields though. It's so risky. I'd almost rather take Drake May. Look at his game log. So he's 19, 18, 20, 15, 19. Feels like he could have some spike weeks, but that offensive line is so bad. But he can run a lot. I don't know. I just Fields is so risky right now. You know what? Let's take Njoku, and then I'll worry about quarterbacks on the way back. Maybe we can get Drake May. So that's what I'm going to do. Tough spot there. Not sure what I would have done. So Stroud just went. It's fine. Where's Justin Fields going? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's Justin Fields just went at 10:04. It's so risky if you take Fields and then the Jets draft a quarterback and then he's not playing. You just don't know at this point. So I'm the guy that says you can get Pickett in round 19, 20. Cleveland may be stuck with him. I would be shocked if Cleveland starts him. Well, maybe not shocked. Cleveland's a stupid team. Of course they could start him. But I think that they make a move at some point. They could. I think in my next mock draft, I'm going to have Shedeur Sanders going to Cleveland at 33, but I'm going to note that Cleveland's going to trade up for him and to the end of the first round. Cleveland could also go with Kirk Cousins. They could trade for him after the draft. They could take Jackson Dart. I don't know. I think it would be crazy to go into the season with Kenny Pickett as a starting quarterback. They don't even like him that much. They traded a 5th-round pick for him, So I don't know. Yeah, maybe you're right, but even if he starts, there's no upside there, I'd rather just take a flyer on someone who has upside. There's just nothing with Kenny Pickett. He stinks. Yeah. So anyway, the quarterbacks who went are Justin Fields and Dak Prescott, CJ Stroud. I'm fine with all those. It feels like all the quarterbacks here are about the same. So hopefully we get one on the way back. I'm really upset that we didn't get Purdy because we have Juwan Jennings. I was hoping to get him, but I don't know. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Jordan Love just went, another mediocre option. I'm still looking at Drake May. I think he has more upside than these guys here. Then Jordan Love has no receivers. Dak Prescott, that offensive line is so bad. Justin Fields, he has upside for sure, but he has a lower floor than Drake May because he could lose his job. I assume they're going to draft the quarterback at some point. If not round 1, maybe round 2 or round 3. I think I'm taking a quarterback. Who do I have them taking? Let me see. I think it's Jackson Dart. I'm taking Jalen Milroe at 73, so 3rd round. Panics went. So yeah, if they take Jalen Milroe in the 3rd round, he's probably going to be starting by Halloween, right? Fields is not going to play forever. He's not, unless he's really good suddenly. That could always happen. And we've seen it before. Geno Smith was awful. He became pretty decent. Grendo just went. I like that value there. We saw Sam Darnold last year. He was awful, and then he was suddenly good. But I just think this Jets team doesn't have much going for them. They have offensive line issues. They have only one good receiver. I do like Breece Hall, obviously. He's really good. The running backs are good, but outside of that, just don't know. Plus, they're going to have a new offensive system. Just not a crazy situation there for Fields. So I don't know if he can succeed there. So if they do draft the quarterback in the first 3 rounds, he's not going to be starting the entire year. So if this were round 13, 14, I feel much better about it. But like round 10, that's like a premium quarterback spot. So I'm not really like enthusiastic about it. So yeah, I'm fine with passing on him. You know, if he fell to me here, I think I'd consider it more. But like I said, I think he probably belongs in like round 13. I did take him around 16 last year. Like I mentioned this on the show last night. I kept taking him around 16, and the first like 5 or 6 weeks, whenever he played, I felt like a genius because like he was going off. I was like, my round 16 quarterback is going nuts. And I also had like J.K. Dobbins in every draft in like round 13. Like every draft, I'd be like Dobbins round 13, Fields round 16. Fields would be like my third quarterback. Okay, I'm up. So I felt great. And like a lot of my teams were in first place, and then suddenly they were not. So, all right, we have Drake May and Stafford. I love both guys. Drake May's higher in ADP, so there's a better chance he's taken. So, I'm just going to take him, but I like him. I like Stafford. I like McCarthy. So I'm glad we waited for quarterbacks here. I'm going to take Drake May. I'm going to take one of Stafford or McCarthy on the way back, just so we have our tight end set. And then rounds 13 through 16, we could take some sleeper running backs and a second tight end, and then close it out with some other receivers. So we'll see what Standish does and see if he takes one of our guys. He does not have a quarterback yet. He could actually take both quarterbacks. That would suck. So we'd be looking at a tight end. I think Tucker Kraft. So he takes McCarthy. Let's see if he takes Stafford too. Although he did match McCarthy with Hawkinson and I think Addison, and he does not have. He does have a Ram in Kyron Williams, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see what he does. Let's hope he doesn't take Stafford. That'll suck. If we do get Stafford, I like our quarterback group a lot. We have guys with upside, and three guys who are going to maintain their jobs. All right, Keon Coleman went, so I'm just going to take Stafford here. We don't have any correlation here with stacks, but I don't know. I feel like with May, he can just run in, so you don't need a stack option with him. With Herbert, maybe we can get Mike Williams later, or it's hard because like they could take a tight end like Colston Loveland. And then with Stafford, his two receivers are long gone. Higbee's still there. Maybe we take Higbee on the way back. I can see doing that. Maybe Whittington like round 20 or something. But Colston Loveland just went. So yeah, I mentioned Loveland because Harbaugh knows him from Michigan, and also he visited the Chargers. So there's just a connection there. I don't know if Jim Harbaugh is necessarily going to take a tight end in the first round, but if he does, it could be Loveland, just as the familiarity. The episode with Charlie the other night was great. Campbell drafted 4th overall, was plus 300 on DK. It's now plus 250 as of this afternoon. Man, I got to get out to Trenton Thunder Baseball Stadium and make these bets, because it feels like I'm going to blink and then Campbell is going to be like plus 100 to go to the Patriots, I'm pretty confident that's going to be the pick. I think the only way it's not the pick is if Abdul Carter somehow falls to them. It seems like they like the tackle over Travis Hunter, but they love Abdul Carter too. So if he's there, that's going to be the pick. I just don't see how that happens though. Like it would require the Browns to go quarterback, and Titans obviously go quarterback, and then it would require the Giants to go Travis Hunter over Abdul Carter, which I don't think that's going to happen. So. It is possible, but I just don't really see it. So, like I said, I need to go over there. Maybe I'll make a trip this weekend. Butters Walt said Tucker Kraft. Oh man, Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft could definitely still be on the clock here. Still in the word. He's still there. I'm gonna star him. So we're gonna make sure we get him. Where is did Higbee's way down here? Okay, so we actually wait a little bit more to get Higbee. I've noticed that. Like, I wouldn't mind taking Higbee here, but his ADP is so low that people are not going to take him. Like sometimes they will. There goes Tucker Kraft. So that's kind of sad. The ADP I feel like kind of dictates where these drafts go. And you could really take advantage of that. Like that's what I did last year with Dobbins, like round 13. Like I would have been fine taking Dobbins like round 10, round 11, or Fields like round 13, round 14. But like they just kept dropping to round 13, 16. Like, okay, I'll just take him here, you know? So yeah, it's kind of weird that like a lot of people on here, I feel like will robotically follow ADP and they just like can't think outside of the box. And I think you could use that to your advantage. So that's something I would recommend. Quentin Johnson just wanted to note him because we have Herbert, and so we want a Charger receiver, but maybe Mike Williams, or maybe not. I don't know. Mike Williams is not that great. I'm not like excited about it. Mike Gesicki went. He's a great tight end option, I think, in the 13th round. We do have Chase Brown, but not opposed to taking a tight end in round 13 who's the same from the same team. Yeah, we got what, 5 picks left, so might as well look at what we have. Trevor Lawrence is still here. Man, this is a shame we have 3 quarterbacks. I don't want a 4th. But as I was saying before, I wouldn't mind pairing him with Brian Thomas Jr. But and also Liam Cohen's there. I feel like that he could really help revive Trevor Lawrence. Zach Ertz just went. Best tight ends are Jake Ferguson, Kate Otten. All these guys are the same. I think we can wait. I don't really mind that. So let's look at sleeper running backs with J.K. Dobbins, who's not on a team yet. Ray Davis, with the news that James Cook put his house up for sale, I think it's worth it. Jalen Wright, he's I think he has a lot of upside. We have HN though, so I'm not like excited about that. I love Algier. If Bijan Robinson goes down, Algier is gonna just go off. Cam Ward went. So I guess we could have waited for third quarterback because I guess we could take like one of the Colts quarterbacks, but if we need a third one, I'm gonna take Ray Davis, and so we'll see what Standish does. He took Leggett and Young. I think he's on auto draft because he just went so quickly. All right, so let's go with. I want to go with Algier. Like I said. I love Wright too, but we already have HN, so I don't want. I hate handcuffing myself. I think it's just so much better if you handcuff other people because if you handcuff yourself, you're kind of like you're not rooting for your top guy to get hurt, but like if he does get hurt, that's one player missing. And then you get the other guy, but if your top player doesn't get hurt, then your backup is not doing anything. Although like Algier is kind of different. I would say because he gets a lot of touches no matter what. I guess like Jalen Wright to an extent too. Raheem Mostert's gone. So if Wright falls back to us, I'm definitely taking him at 15-11. I just think that I prefer Algier over Jalen Wright given our situation. Conklin for Herbert now. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like they're gonna take a tight end early in the draft, and then it's not going to be Conklin anymore. He's a blocking tight end. He's not really a receiving tight end. So like I know he's like caught some touchdowns in the past with Aaron Rodgers, but he's not going to be their main receiving threat. Like I'd rather just go Will Disley over Conklin at this point. But like I said, I think that it's all going to be moot because they're going to take like Loveland in round 1 or Fannin in like day 2 or someone like that. They're going to take a tight end on in the first 3 rounds. And then, the Conklin pick is just going to be like pretty sad. So that's kind of like the downside here, just like not knowing the information. But I think we can like safely say that they're going to go after tight end early. Like it doesn't always happen that way. Like maybe all the tight ends they like will be gone. But yeah, I just I don't know. I don't really like the idea of taking him here. I just want to see you text me when 11:30. It's actually Evan. Evan texted me. He says, I hope I taught your listeners something for college basketball. I can't name one player, but I will continue to hit 80% on live betting. And then he sent me a screenshot of Moneyline UC Irvine Anteaters and Moneyline University of Tennessee Chattanooga. So I guess he won all these. So congratulations to Evan if he manages to watch this. Like he's so good at like live betting these things. It's pretty crazy. Betting the overs late in the game didn't really work for me because I only had access to like FanDuel and DraftKings to that and Bookmaker, and their odds kind of sucked, so it didn't really work out for me. AMC stock took a dive today. WTF Trump. Yeah, AMC sucks today, huh? Those tariffs really hurt AMC. It makes no sense sometimes. It's so stupid. Like, why would AMC fall because of tariffs? I don't know. Like, AMC should fall for many other reasons, not like tariffs. But yeah, I don't know. This team five took 3 tight ends. Yeah, okay. So he doesn't have any other tight ends. It makes sense. I do like what he did with Garendo, I should say. Charbonnet, another good guy. I think a little early for a handcuff running back, but he's the premium one. I mean, he was better than Walker last year, but Walker was dealing with an injury, so it's kind of excusable. All right, so we have 1 tight end. We should take a second tight end, maybe even a third. Look at a 6th receiver. So I feel like anything's open at this point for us. So might as well start looking because we have 3-5-5-1, three quarterbacks, 5 running backs, 5 receivers, 1 tight end. Hey, Richardson just went. All right, so anything but quarterbacks, I should say. Kareem Hunt's there. Corum, I don't mind. I'm gonna start him, but not necessarily take him here. Hill's fine. Elijah Mitchell's okay later though, not this round. Receiver, we have Trey Harris, Hopkins, so old. Palmer, Wicks has upside. Don't mind taking him. We have Drake May, so Demario Douglas makes sense. And then we're up on the clock right now. Higbee is still here. Hunter Henry. I wouldn't mind taking Henry and Higbee because they matched our quarterbacks, right? So let's take. Hold on. Let me see. Let me take Higbee. So we paired Stafford with Higbee, which is nice, and then hopefully we can pair Drake May with Hunter Henry or Demario Douglas, or maybe we can get Douglas at 17-11. So it looks like the Spanish guy is not on auto draft anymore. He takes Trey Harris. He's kind of stopped taking the players we like. He took 2 Panthers here, which is interesting. So we can get whose ADP is higher? Henry's ADP is higher. So let's take Henry. So we are done with our tight ends. We have 3 tight ends. We paired there are 2 of our quarterbacks to the tight ends, which I like. And then we're done with our tight ends. We're done with our quarterbacks. So we're just drafting running backs and receivers on the way out, which you can find like some diamonds in the rough. I think it's easier to find diamonds in the rough at running back and receiver late, especially receiver, just because there's so many of them, like as opposed to like quarterbacks and tight ends, because there are only a certain number of starters at quarterback and tight end, where it's like, a 4th receiver is going to see some action, and then all it takes is an injury for him to come in. Whereas like if you take a backup quarterback, he's going to get you zeros most weeks until if there's an injury, that obviously changes. But like I said, like a 4th receiver will get you some points, which is nice. And you're really counting on one of 2 injuries because they're the top 2 receivers go down. Suddenly you have your 4th receiver is going to be in play. So we have Bond's interesting. He ran a good 40. There's Amari Cooper. So you see Irvine lost in overtime. So what happened here? He had -112. Who'd they play? I don't know. Oh, if they played, okay. So okay, see what you're saying. So I think it was EC Irvine versus Chattanooga, right? So he bet Chattanooga plus 565 and plus 493, and then he also bet -112 and Irvine to hedge. I think that's what happened. And then he bet the over as well, 152.5. So it seems like he was saying that he had a huge play on Chattanooga, but he hedged it with Irvine and he had the over as well. So he's able to hit everything. Speaking of betting, we've done well with our baseball bets. We won like 3 units today, or 3.3 units today. 4 tight ends in a row. It's interesting. That's it's going well. Like I think I'm going to make a page for it on the site. I was kind of hesitant, although this is very temporary. I'm just betting on guys who are using those new torpedo bats. I don't know how long that's going to last, or like if they're going to make adjustments to the line, but it seems like those guys are hitting a lot of home runs, and it's paid off for us so far. I know I got corrected on Twitter. I was like, I think Cinder was like, they're not new, but like they're new to a lot of people. Like the Yankees are using them for the first time, and those guys are already good. So it feels like that's just a big advantage for them. That they already had an advantage with their talent, and now they have these juiced bats. I don't know how long like these bats will remain legal, but yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, why not bet it right now? Even my wife, I was like, we were putting the kids to bed. I was like, and who hit a home run? It was Chisholm, I think. I was like, yeah, Chisholm hit a home run. She's like, you're betting baseball? I'm like, yeah. She's like, are you winning? I'm like, yeah, we're winning, doing pretty well. She's like, that's surprising. You don't know anything about baseball. I'm like, yeah, but I saw an article talking about these torpedo bats, and I want to bet on them. So yeah, I'm betting the guys with the torpedo bats, and I'm betting the over on teams with multiple guys using torpedo bats. So we've been betting the over on the Yankees and the Cubs. I don't think we lost. No, we lost one over bet. I think. Yeah, we lost one over bet. I think our overs are like 4-1 or so far, or maybe 5-1. Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. So I don't know. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I why not? Why not keep going? Last round, Butte. Yes, let's do it. I'm for it. Let me star it just to make sure we don't forget about him. All right, so Butte, his ADP is 249. Should be able to get him. Okay, so Douglas is still here. Fingers crossed we can get him on the way back. And Hill's still there. So I have no issues taking those two guys. Mostert's gone anyway. Let me see who's left. There's not much at running back. I feel like we need to take a running back. Justice Hill's the only guy I see who's worth anything. Marshawn Lloyd's okay. Shipley, I don't mind. Barkley goes down. Suddenly Shipley's going to look great. I know they signed Dillon. I don't have any faith in Dillon. I'm going to star Shipley. I'm going to star Zach Moss. I feel like those two guys, if the starter in front of them goes down, they do well. Kenneth Gainwell will be solid if the Steelers don't draft the running back, but I feel like they will, so not crazy about that one. Chart Smith goes. So we have Douglas, we have Tolbert. Justice Hill just went, unfortunately, so we lost our chance to get him. So I'm going to take Douglas, and then figure out the rest. So we have, what do we have? 5 running backs, 5 receivers. I feel like double receiver makes sense here. So let's go with Douglas, and then okay, so Yuskevich is interesting. If one of those receivers goes down, he looks good. It's Westbrook, Akine, Adonai Mitchell. They're all fine. Nothing exciting. MVS is I like. I feel like he has a lot of upside. Like we saw what he did last year. It's just insane in 3 games. Like I know that could be just a mirage, but man, that was like it was really impressive what he did. Shador Sanders goes, which just don't know where he's gonna, what team's gonna take him. So Standish's quarterbacks are McCarthy, Young, and Sanders. It's not great. Let's see what else he does. And then we'll be up. So he takes Jake Beck. All these like rookie receivers. I feel like I never get any of these rookie receivers. I'm not complaining. I just don't want them. Let's go with who's more upside, Yuskevich or MVS? Man, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of MVS. Let's go with Yuskevich here. I know it's your Shabazz. I like pretending that he's like one of these Serbian guys as far as Nikola Jokic. So T die. What's T die? What's T die? Wasn't that that was one of our picks last year in the late rounds, wasn't it? Wasn't it? We had some like interesting late round picks. So yeah, we can look at him. Shipley went. I thought maybe he comes back to us, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. So I feel like we need a 6th running back, and then we can take Butte as suggested. So I don't know if we could do like a deep dive here, like running back, like who's available. Maybe we could find someone. So Audric Estime, Denver is definitely drafting running back early. Marshawn Lloyd, he barely played last year, but he was an early pick just don't know. Like, there's so many backups in Green Bay. There's McLaughlin, same thing as Estime. Dylan, Great Sanders sucks. Brooks, torn ACL. I think Zach Moss is the best option, like by far. Singletary's okay. Tyron Tracy's the starter, but like, what if Tracy goes down? Singletary is fine. I'm going to star him, but I'm not crazy about it. The Sincere McCormick. But like, the Raiders are almost certainly going to draft a running back in round 2. It's one of the Ohio State guys, I assume. Roshan Johnson, is he still the RB2 Chicago? But like, he was the goal line back last year. But again, I think there's a good chance Chicago drafts a running back. There's so many good running backs in this class. It's so hard to take these like late round guys. Sean Tucker, he's the 3rd running back. If one of the other 2 goes down, like, he's going to look pretty good, but he's still the RB3 on the team. There's ATM's brother, not interested. Kendrick Miller sucks. Abdullah sucks. Khalil Herbert's not bad. He's the RB2 in the Colts. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Who else is on the depth chart? Let me look. Colts running back depth chart is Jonathan Taylor, Khalil Herbert, Tyler Goodson, Salman Ahmed. So I think that's pretty interesting. Herbert's not bad. I think I'd rather have Moss, but Moss got taken. So maybe we get Khalil Herbert behind that good offensive line. It's pretty good. There's Ty Johnson. There's just no upside with him. Like, he's good in DFS. He's like 3,000. Like, you just need the punt play. Like, this is best ball. Like, Ty Johnson is never going to make it into your lineup. So it's just Woody Marks. He could be like a round 3, round 4 guy. He could make a team. I think that he has some upside. Yeah, I mean, like, would you want Khalil Herbert, who is just a backup, or Woody Marks, who could maybe become a starter? There's Jaden Blue, who ran a fast 40. So yeah, I mean, I feel like one of these guys is going to do well. I just don't know. Who. I forgot about T-Dye. Yeah. Okay, he's a linebacker. I doubt DK is super enough to have him draftable here. Yeah. He was the late round guys that we used to get last year on. What was it? It wasn't Sleeper, was it? It was Fantasy Football Calculator, right? Or was it Sleeper? I don't know. I do remember a T-Dye. But I forget who was it. Who drafted him first? Is it just someone on here? I feel like we ran through like a lot of those guys. All right, so Ty Johnson just goes no interest. We can get Butte, but let's get a running back because I feel like we need one of them. So it's between Herbert and Woody Marks. I know Charlie's pretty high on Woody Marks, so I'm going to trust Charlie and take Woody Marks here. I feel like a lot of people aren't going to take this guy. I think round 3, round 4 for him makes sense. And yeah, we get our Butte. We closed the draft out with Butte, so we get to pair another receiver with Drake May. Like, this is a good Patriots stack. If the Patriots have an easy Week 17 matchup, we have May with Henry and Douglas and Butte. It seems great, right? I don't know. The Patriots aren't that exciting in the stack, but we see have something. Yeah, so I think we can go out and just jump into a second draft now. Hopefully it doesn't take that long to load, so we can do 2 drafts tonight. 117,000 people are going to be in this. So you need a lot of luck. You need a lot of upside to win the 200K. But yeah, okay. So 1 out of 12. So we might have to wait. So we can look at how some of these teams have drafted. First team, they took Chase, Smith and Jigba, Sutton, Waddles, the receiver, Irving, Hubbard, Tracy. Doesn't seem that great. His quarterbacks are Love, Tua, and Carr. It's fine. Kraft, Fryermuth. There's tight ends. He only has 2 tight ends. You should probably take a third one. I know he's 4 quarterbacks too. This is 4th quarterback. Oh, Pickett. What? I get it. If Pickett's your 3rd quarterback, you're taking him here. That makes sense. But why take Pickett as your 4th quarterback? Like, in what reality is Pickett gonna jump into your lineup over Love, Tua, or a Carr? That's kind of dumb. All right, so team 2, they did hero running back with Barkley, and then draft another running back until Jerome Ford, which is very risky because the Browns probably going to take a running back in round 2. if Trey Benson, Giddens, Allen. Yeah, this is a very risky team here with only one running back. But his receivers, Evans, Godwin, 2 Tampa receivers, Williams, Shakir, Reed, Shaheed. I mean, these are good names. His quarterback, Josh Allen, so you got to love that. Let's see, stay for now. Likely Andrews. He has 2 Ravens tight ends. I don't like that. And then Taysom Hill, who's coming off the injury. So you're not too crazy about it. Let's see who where we are. Wow, 7-12. So we're definitely going to get into this one. All right. So team 3, Kloss the boss. He Gibbs and Hampton. I just don't like these rookie running backs. Just don't know where they're going to go or if they're going to even play. And then his third running back is Jordan Mason. And then his fourth running back is Rashad White. So not a great running back group, but he has McConkey, Flowers, Judy, Igbuka, McMillan. It doesn't seem like Jane Daniels is really good, but like doesn't seem like a great team to me. Team 4, we have Bijan, AJ Brown. So I like the Hurts AJ Brown here. Is Brown, McLaurin, Myers, Pittman's receivers, Mooney, running backs are Robinson, Hall. It's good value with Hall. Warren, he could be the starter there. And then some late round running backs. For quarterbacks, he has Hurts, Penix. That's it. He only has 2 quarterbacks. That's a mistake. You need 3. Because like what happens is like, what if one guy gets hurt and then you have a bye? You're going to get a 0 a quarterback. Like you just can't have that. Maybe it's either Body Burner or Schmitty, like the musician guy we had on. I feel like it was him. It was Sleeper somehow. I forgot who drafted him. It was a mistake and happened around 8. I think it was Schmitty. I really do. I'll have to ask him about it if he remembers. Actually, I haven't spoken to him in months. But not like intentionally. Just we both have 2 kids, so it's kind of hard. It's kind of tough. Yeah, I think it was Schmidt. I really think it was Schmitty, and then we started doing it. Now, like I remember, but like, so like draft calculator fantasy football calculator just had all these random players that we had late. So that's why I thought it was them who had died, but I guess it was Sleeper somehow. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Young Z Breezy. He did not take a running back until round 7 with Pollard. So he had Pollard, Robinson, Charbonnet, Garendo. Actually, like not bad. I'm not like a big Spears fan, but he took some guys who are going to be starters. He took some guys with upside, so kind of makes sense. 4 tight ends is strange, pun intended here. But yeah, kind of weird. Then he closed out with 3 running backs, so I get it. His receivers are Jefferson, London, Higgins, Odunze, Pearsall. It looks great. So this is a good team. I think this team might be able to win it. Team 6 here with Lumduck. He took Henry and Jackson, so he's stacking the Ravens. It's kind of a weird stack with Henry because he doesn't catch passes. Then he took his running backs for Kamara, Aaron Jones, Scatterbo a little too early, and then Hunt and Mostert. Mostert just seems like a wasted pick. He's just sold. The receivers are Moore and Rice. He only took 2 receivers in the first 8 rounds. Then he took Golden, Brown, Allen. He's not on the team right now. Jaden Higgins, Tolbert. This receiving group is pretty poor. And then 3 tight ends late. He took Kelsey, Ertz, and Noah Gray. So interesting to go Kelsey. Like I said before, you need 3 tight ends, but he really only has 2 in that bye week, or really only 1 in that bye week because Gray and Kelsey are going to have the same bye week. So if Ertz is injured or if he has the same bye week, he's going to have a 0 tight end. So I don't really recommend that at all. Beanie, well, let's look if we're up first. Actually, we are up. We're gonna pick 5. So at pick 5, it looks like one of these 5 guys. I'm great. I'm fine with all these guys. So it looks like pick 5 is a sweet spot. We have Chase, Barkley, Bijan, Gibbs, and Jefferson. I will take any of those 5, whichever one is remaining. So I'm pretty comfortable with that. Let's see. Pollyanna, speaking of Hampton's draft position is over under 19.5, way too high according to you and Charlie's mocks. So yeah, he could go 20th to Denver. I don't know, who's taking him before that? It just seems strange. So yeah, seems like the over 19.5 seems like pretty good. Yeah, thanks, I'm the Kai. Yeah. So are you in this one? Let's see. I think you are. You are. You're a team. You're not right after us for once. You're two after us. So that's pretty funny. I don't know why I'm saying us. Before it was me and Butters, but now it's just me. Um, but yeah. So, or I guess like us, we're all a team here. Like we all want to win, right? Yeah, that's funny that you're in this. So glad that we got to do 2 drafts tonight. So it's always fun to do these. So yeah, we got 40 seconds left. Real fast. The other big signing today was Raiders extend Geno Smith 2 years, 85.5 million. Why? Like, he's 35. He's mediocre. I know the metrics say he's good. I don't buy the metrics. Like, he did a lot of that in garbage time. He's mediocre. Like, I have my eyes. I don't need numbers. Like, he's okay. He's just an average or slightly below average quarterback. You know, if you factor in age, he's 35. Then he's definitely below average. Like, he could regress soon. I don't know what the Raiders are doing. Like, do they expect to get to the Super Bowl with Geno Smith? Like, just that doesn't seem like it's a likely possibility. So, I gave it a C minus. Like, they could have done worse, I guess, but I don't quite get what the Raiders are doing. It seems like they're trying too hard to emulate the Seahawks, who are just like, it's not like you're emulating the Chiefs or the Eagles. You know, you're trying to become the Seahawks, who are just mediocre themselves. Right, so we're on. We're starting here with D. Nagel is going to time out. Great to time out the top pick. Chase goes. So I've said this before. I think that drafting late at night is the best because you're going to have like 2 or so people in every draft who time out, and so your team is going to be a little bit better than it should be. And you can say, "Oh, what doesn't that apply to everyone in your league?" And yeah, it does. But first of all, yeah, we get Jefferson here, so very happy about that. Yeah, so first of all, you're gonna have 2 teams who automatically can't win your league. So yeah, instead of 1 in 12 chance, you have 1 in 10 chance, right? And second, if you come at it's 2 out of 12 because the top 2 guys make it out of your league. So it's 2 out of 10 instead of 2 out of 12. So second, if you get out of your league, your team's going to be a little bit better than the other winners that you're going to have to face in the playoffs. So it's just like a slight edge. Ashton Jeanty went 108. Wow, that's crazy. He probably could have got him back at 205. Like, I mean, maybe he goes 204, 203, 202, but like that's pretty bold. That I don't agree with at all. Like, I said this before, I said this yesterday. Like, Bijan Robinson was a better prospect than Jeanty, and he didn't get all the workload right away. Jahmyr Gibbs was a better prospect than Jeanty. He didn't get the full workload right away. Like, who's to say Genty's going to get the full workload right away? I don't see that happening necessarily. It could happen, but I don't think it's a lock by any means. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I love Anders start. Neighbors and Thomas. I love that duo. And then I'm the Kai. We have to keep an eye on him. He took Nakua, so feels like I should not give away any of my plans until I'm the Kai makes his pick in these even rounds. So we will just wait until he's done until we make our pick here. So yeah, Bowers goes. I don't know about Bowers. He's amazing, but second round tight end, I'm not crazy about it. Yeah, so he starts with Jeanty and McBride, rookie running back and a tight end to start the draft. I'm not a fan. All right, I'm the Kai. What are you doing here? All right, HN. So he took the guy I took last time. So I like the pick. Lab McConkey goes. I love AJ Brown. So good. Taylor. I think we can start double tight end or start double receiver and see what happens. Josh Allen's great, but I love Bucky Irving too. Maybe he comes back to us. Based on the last draft, Kyron Williams could come back to us. Josh Jacobs could come back to us. Let's go with AJ Brown and see what happens. I think that one of these good running backs will come back to us. So love starting with Jefferson and Brown. It's a great 1-2 punch receiver, and you have to start 3 receivers in this format or in DraftKings best ball. So plus you have flex too. So receivers tend to have a higher floor because of the PPR. So it was Kyron Williams. So I was wrong about Kyron Williams and Taylor. So a couple of these teams going double running back, which you don't see. You usually see like double receivers more so. We had a couple teams. We have 4 teams go double receiver. Young Breezy again. He's in this draft. He took Lamb, Conkey, Jacobs went. So I was dead wrong on these running backs falling to me. So egg on my face, I guess. But it did work last time. We got one of those guys late, so it worked out. But I don't mind Chase. I don't mind Chase Brown here. But let's look and see who just went. Garrett Wilson just went. Josh, I'm not passing in Josh Allen at 305. James Cook, maybe. Chase Brown's fine. I should probably not mention too many guys because I'm the guy who can take them. Josh Allen just went. That's a heartbreaker. That's really interesting. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Yeah, I think we have to go running back. We don't have to go running back, but I think it's probably best. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, let's go Brown again. It's fine. I like Chase Brown a lot. It's kind of heartbreaking that like we just missed out on Josh Allen. So P Testa 86, Bijan Kyron, Josh Allen seems like an awesome team to start. And let's see what I am the Kai does. So Youngie Breezy took the triple receiver. I was considering Jackson with the Jibba. He took Devontae Adams. That's a great pick. I was considering him on the way back. But yeah, Lamar Jackson goes. So yeah. So let's see what we get any comments here. I'm the guy says I'm watching Youngie Breezy more than you. He pushed running backs hard last draft. Let's look. I mean, we can look what he did last draft. Yeah, he went triple receiver, then quarterback, and then a double receiver. And so yeah, he waited on running backs. That's what he's doing now. So yeah, he's gonna not take running backs. So we'll see what that means. But we have two teams going triple receiver. J.W. Reed went St. Brown, London, and McLaurin. I'm not like super high on London, but I like the other two picks just fine. And we'll see what Anader does because I love to start with Neighbors and Thomas. So it's funny that like Kid 1981 is so different. He took two running backs to start with like two older guys and Henry McCaffrey, whereas Anader took two very young receivers. So Anader followed up with James Cook. So I guess he's not worried about James Cook putting his house up for sale. I still don't know what that means. Like it could mean that like he's not going to play in Buffalo. It could also mean that he wants a new house in Buffalo. Like he just found a better property. I don't know. But as John Sanders said yesterday, there are 7 good houses in Buffalo. Maybe James Cook was like, wow, one of these 7 great houses in Buffalo are on the market. I got to jump in on that one, right? So maybe that's what he was thinking. I'm not crazy about Kid 1981's team. Breece Hall is going to get fewer receptions this year with Justin Fields there because scrambling quarterbacks tend to run instead of dumping the ball off. Marvin Harrison Jr. is just a huge disappointment last year. Maybe he bounces back, but it was like not great value at 312. Jane Daniels goes. So we've had 4 quarterbacks come off the board. And HS Grudy's does not have a receiver yet. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah. So he goes DJ Moore. I'm the Kai is up, so we'll see what he does. He takes Joe Mixon, who I starred. That's so funny. I'm not opposed to Hurts here because we have AJ Brown. I usually don't like to take quarterbacks early, but I love the idea of pairing them. Plus, like I'm not crazy about these running backs. Like we can get these guys on the way back. Like I like Connor. I like Jones. Like we can get these guys on the way back. Receiver Jameson Williams is fine. Zay Flowers. I like these guys. Maybe next round. Rashi Rice. Like these guys are all really good, but they're all kind of the same. Jalen Hurts goes. We got robbed twice on quarterbacks. So I'm gonna pass on these running backs. I think that we can get one later. So I'm fine with just Chase Brown here. Jameson Williams versus Zay Flowers. It's with the new coordinator in Detroit. Let's go Zay Flowers. I think it's safer. Yeah, so it's pretty close. Man, it gets sniped twice with these quarterbacks. I'm not even like a guy who likes to take quarterbacks early. It's just like I don't know because like Josh Allen 3rd round is great value. Hurts with AJ Brown seems like a great stacking opportunity. And then they go 1 pick before me. It's just heartbreaking. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Joe Mixon, obviously a great pick. I was considering him. So thanks, I am the Kai for for sniping me. just kidding. But no, Mixon is I like Mixon a lot. Houston's offensive line is obviously a concern, but I assume they're going to take an offensive lineman at 25. If maybe they trade up too. I think like that's going to be a priority for them. And like all they need is one of Robinson or Brown to pan out, and then if the rookie tackle pans out, then their offensive line's gonna look like not too bad. So Kenneth Walker goes. That was one of the running backs I was considering on the way back, but I'm not like crazy about it. Godwin's still left. Yeah, you know what? I'd rather have Sutton personally. I'm gonna take Sutton here, and then maybe we can focus on running backs after that. So. I am the Kai's plan. My plans. Hopefully, it doesn't backfire. So Youngie Breezy takes a running back much earlier than he did last time. He takes Chuba Hubbard at 5:06, and then I'm the Kai takes Godwin at 5:07. So if Liam Cohen was still there, I would love Godwin here. But Liam Cohen was like the mastermind to like getting Godwin his production last year, and I just don't know if that's going to change. Like that's my hesitation. Plus, he's coming off the injury. He's getting up there in age. He's not 30 yet, but I think he's 29, if I'm not mistaken. But he's starting to trend to he's in the second half of his career. Let's just say that. But I don't know. I'm not crazy about Godwin. I loved Godwin last year. I was drafting Godwin like crazy too. That's another guy I was all over. Yeah, so you can see why my teams fell apart late in the year. I had Godwin on most of the teams. He got hurt. He's out for the year. I had J.K. Dobbins. He got hurt. I had Justin Fields, 16th round. He got benched. So like my teams, like a lot of my teams were in first and second place, like a lot of them. And then like suddenly it was like second and third and fourth and fifth, and just like trending downward. So it's a great start. I was very excited. I had a lot of teams that were like going to make the playoffs. It just did not come to fruition, unfortunately. This Andrew guy has 4 receivers, 1 running back. Dunze. Not crazy about Adunze, although Keenan Allen's gone, so he's actually with Ben Johnson there and Keenan Allen, better offensive line. Actually like the pick. James Conner's someone I was hoping would fall to me, but not a huge deal. It's okay. I'm sure there are going to be other decent running backs we can get, and it's not like we the only team with one running back. No, Youngie Breezy only has 1 running back. J.W. Reed has 0 running backs. The Scales guy has 1 running back. So we're not alone in this, but at the same time, those guys need running backs, so assume they're going to take them soon. Case in point, Tyron Tracy goes. He's okay. I think I would definitely consider him at 608. Not sure if he would have been my pick, but he definitely would have been there. James Conner would have definitely been my pick if he were there. So yes, we'll see if J.W. Reed takes his first running back. But yeah, he took Dave Montgomery. Yeah, so there we go. And because says I'm going to try to get 5 running backs by 12 to avoid the guy between us. I guess that makes sense. I mean, yeah, he's going to take running backs late. So yeah, we can use that to our advantage for sure. And the Kai is up. We'll see what he does. So it's funny that H.R. Grudy's took both Ohio State running backs with Henderson and Judkins. Way too early though. Like take them like round 8, 9. I know they're not going to be available, but like that just seems ridiculous. I'm the Kai goes Olave. I like that pick a lot. I was worried you're going to take a running back. So yeah, Pearsall goes. So I can take a running back here. Quarterback, no. Tight end, no. So here's the thing. I have Justin Jefferson. I don't mind Aaron Jones here because I feel like they could both have good games, and it's a stacking opportunity if I get McCarthy later. So we could probably target McCarthy in a bit. So yeah, I don't mind this. I think like in regular fantasy, it's kind of dubious to do that, but I think you can do that in best ball. Because you need like it. You could definitely stack. Like think about like winning DFS lineups. Like all the time you see quarterback plus running back plus receiver. Like you see that all the time. So if the Vikings go off in week 17, then the chances are if I'm there, if I'm alive, then I'll have a good chance to win. And contrary to the Patriots, who we had stacked in the last draft, like the Vikings are actually a really good offense, like as opposed to the Patriots. So it's a good team to stack, I guess. So we have to count on getting McCarthy at some point. Jalen Warren's considering him, but again, the Steelers can take a running back, so not. While I like Warren, like I don't know. Jennings went after Pearsall, which is strange. He had some monster games last year. It's kind of insane what he did. But yeah, so we have 4 receivers with 2 running backs. I feel like anything's open here. We can take either position. Ayuk goes way too early. What are people doing taking Ayuk? Like, he's not going to be ready until mid-season. He's coming off the torn ACL. This guy's not going to be the same next year. That's a huge mistake. But let people draft these injured receivers. Sure, yeah. All right, I'm up. Probably should have been looking already. Receiver, we have Ridley. I've taken Ridley too many times. Just Kelsey Hawkinson's okay. Actually, if we take Hawkinson, we can continue to stack the team. Brian Robinson Jr. is okay. Pacheco we can get later maybe. You know what? Man, you know what? I'm gonna take Hawkinson. I just didn't do it. Yeah, I like the idea of stacking the Vikings here. I just really don't like Brian Robinson Jr. Just so mediocre. I don't know. I know Kenny likes him more, but I don't know. I feel like there's also a chance the Redskins draft a running back too. Ridley goes. I like that pick. Probably should have went with Ridley. I don't know. I've drafted him too much. All right, so I'm the guy who goes Mayfield. He has Godwin, so it makes sense for that pairing. Yeah, so I really have to make sure we get McCarthy. It's kind of like the key to our team here. Kind of weird to say that, but it's kind of true. Igbuka goes. This guy loves his rookies. So he took Genty and Henderson and Judkins and Igbuka. Seems not going to be good. It's like I guess like you're drafting for all upside, but like you can't count on rookies doing a lot. Like, yeah, some rookies are going to go off, but like there's a chance that most of these guys are just in a rotation. I don't know. I'd rather take like known commodities. You don't even know which teams these guys are going to be on. Like, that's the crazy thing. It'd be one thing if like they were in great situations after the draft, but like these guys could go anywhere. Like it's insane to load up on rookies like this. I just don't like that strategy. So I don't know. I feel like there's good leverage here. Like, I always like to find like like situations where you can find good leverage and take advantage of it. And I think that this is definitely a possibility because like these rookies are just going way too high, like insanely high. Like Genty in the first rounds is crazy. And people are doing this, then you can take advantage of it and hopefully profit. Kid 1981 goes Mahomes and Kelsey. You have old tight end and a quarterback who does nothing in fantasy. Just I don't like that. Pickens goes. There's Robinson. I think I probably would consider Robinson on the way back. Again, I'm not crazy about him, but it's okay. But yeah, we don't need to take a running back. We have 2, and I like our 2. I wouldn't mind a third, but just to be safe because these running backs could go down. But 5th receiver also makes sense. So we'll see what I and the Kai does. HS Agrudes takes another rookie with Luther Burden. Caleb Johnson goes, so another running back. Again, rookie. I just don't know about that. Stevenson's interesting. The Patriots are going to run the ball more. They're going to take a. Or do you take Pacheco? I like both. I like Pacheco a lot here. Like I've seen him go in round 10, so like it feels strange to take him here. But I think that like he's so good when he's healthy, and he wasn't healthy when he returned. And people remember him struggling and just like not getting the touches over Kareem Hunt, but he was not himself. Like, he was really banged up. Like, if Pacheco returns to his full form, like, he's gonna be awesome. So I like Pacheco here, especially if the Chiefs draft a guard at 31, which I think they'll do. Purdy goes. Yeah, can we pair our receivers with anyone? Bo Nix, I guess. We could take Bo Nix on the way back if Stevenson's gone. Yeah, it kind of makes sense, I guess. I don't know. I'm not like crazy about Bo Nix, but he did have some good games late in the year. Although it's like one good game. Oh, never mind. He just went. It's one good game. What was it, against Cincinnati? Yeah, Cincinnati. Well, no, it was against Kansas City, but that was against backups. Cincinnati had a good game, but the Bengals are awful. Like, they're such a joke defensively. So yeah. Yeah, I'm not too upset about not getting Bo Nix. So we can't really, outside of McCarthy, we can't really pair our guys with anyone. That's okay. I don't think you necessarily need to. I think people overstack. Um, but I think stacking is good. I'm not saying it's not, but I think like people they will take like bad players just to stack, and it's like that's stupid. Not that Bo Nix is a bad player. I'm just not crazy about him either. All right, so we are up in one pick. So let's look at what we have here. Stevenson's still on the board. I kind of like that. We have three running backs already though. We need another receiver. Quarterbacks, Murray, Williams. I do like Williams with Ben Johnson. I think that's interesting. I'm going to star him, and then receiver Christian Kirk, Shaheed. It feels like we can get these guys later. You know what? I'm gonna go Caleb Williams. I think I know he had a rough rookie year. He held the ball way too long in the pocket sometimes. But with Ben Johnson, I think he's gonna improve with the new offensive line. That offensive line is looking awesome. He's gonna have like 50 seconds to take a sack now, as John Sanders joked before. Yeah, I mean, I think that he we know how talented he is. He just couldn't put it together last year, but his coaching last year was terrible. It's gonna be so much better this year. Like the blocking's so much better, the coaching's gonna be so much better. I assume that they're gonna draft the running backs, so the running game should be better. Like it feels like everything's gonna improve. I'm the guy to take Stevenson smartly. That's a good pick. I was so close to taking Stevenson too. I don't know. I do like. We haven't drafted Caleb Williams yet, and I think that like his upside's there. So Shaheed goes. I like Shaheed. We've seen his upside. I mean, this is best ball is all about taking guys with upside. Like you need the spike weeks. You need like safe, like great guys early. I mean, like Jefferson Brown, like they're gonna produce like for the most part, and Chase Brown too. Say Flowers, I guess applies to Sutton, but like later on, like once you get like into your backups, you're gonna need guys who can have spike weeks to outscore your starters. You don't want like high floor, low ceiling guys for the most part. It's like unless you're like stacking it, that makes sense. But with like Demario Douglas, like I wouldn't have taken Douglas last draft if we didn't have Drake May. Yeah, you need the upside guys overall just to have the spike weeks and stuff. That's why like Alec Pierce is like so much better in best ball than he is in regular fantasy. So Kid goes Ingram in addition to Kelsey. So he continues with his old tight ends, and then Christian Kirk. So he's drafting all the players who were in that Chiefs Jaguars. There was no round game in 2022. ETN goes. That's a wasted pick. ETN sucks. Don't draft ETN. I like Marvin Mims a little bit. So sad that I had all these Marvin Mims Rainmaker cards that just became worthless. And I did get compensated for it, but it's so cruel that for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Kenny and I used to open up Rainmaker packs after each episode on Wednesday, and like no joke, I would always get Marvin Mims. Like no matter what tier, it could be a core card, I get Marvin Mims. It could be a Rainmaker tier, I get Marvin Mims. I had a Rainmaker on Marvin Mims, and I had 2 legendary Marvin Mims, and like it's so funny that like Marvin Mims had these monster games last year at the end of the year, and Rainmakers was kaput. Just like go like figures, right? Like of course. Anyway, that's enough. It's not feeling sad for myself. Justin Fields goes. I am the Kai is up. See what he does. He has two quarterbacks, running backs too. So he takes Stafford here. It's a good pick. So let's see what we're doing here. This is round 10. I'm into the quarterbacks here. We took Herbert last time. We don't have to. Swift is the best running back. Not crazy about him. Bateman, Brown, Thielen, Coleman, Johnston. Njoku's fine. He's our second tight end. Not like crazy about that. It's Jordan Mason. Another Minnesota guy. I don't want to take him. Another Minnesota guy. Swift. Let's take Swift. Yeah, because if he remains the starter, he could have some big games. That improved offensive line is going to be great for him if he remains the starter. Now there is a chance that they take Genty at number 10, or they take a running back. Do they have a second round pick? I they don't have a second round pick, I feel better about this. They have they have 2 second round picks. Never mind. I actually haven't taken Omarion Hampton at number 39. So it's not great, but look, if Swift does remain the starting running back there, that offensive line plus Ben Johnson is just going to be so great for him. So this is like not sure, and so I do want to get some exposure to him. Drake May goes, by the way. It's kind of sad. I wanted Drake May again, but yeah, we took him last time, so we can maybe take someone else. Tua goes over Justin Herbert is interesting. Yeah, it's very strange. I don't know. I mean, he's just always banged up. Herbert just went. Do we risk not getting McCarthy? That's the question. And honestly, like if you look at these guys like Stroud could bounce back, but weak offensive line situation. Prescott, don't trust the coach at all. Don't trust the offensive line. Penix, yeah, Penix can be good, but second year, I'm going to take McCarthy just to make sure we get him because we do have some guys here who can foil our plans, and like I said, McCarthy is the key to this team. Now watch the Vikings sign Aaron Rodgers, ruin everything, but we are stacked. We have a Minnesota stack now. Which is fulfilled with McCarthy. So I'm excited about that, at least. Like I said, I mean, Minnesota is a great team to stack because they have such a great offense. Kevin O'Connell's an offensive guru, and Njoku goes. That's a great value here in round 11. But anyway, yeah, I'm pretty confident Kevin O'Connell is going to get McCarthy to play well. I mean, the only question for me is like, is he healthy enough that they wouldn't sign Aaron Rodgers? And it sounds like he is. I feel like if he weren't healthy and they had concerns about him, I feel like they would have signed Aaron Rodgers already, but they didn't because Pittsburgh could sign him too. So let's see. Behind the cut says my avatar is still linked. It's still my linked Rainmaker's troll, like a badge of shame. Let me see. That's funny, man. How sad is no Rainmakers? That was so fun. I know they're so rare, and I play that. They don't have NFL and golf, but they do have NBA and baseball. And like the prizes aren't as good. Like first place in like the elite contest, which is called is it called? I forget what it's called. Anyway, the elite tier in So Rare is $2,500, I think. It's not like Rainmakers was like 10K, but it is cheaper to play too. There are like the cards aren't like only like Nikola Jokic and Luka Doncic. They're the only cards that are like 500 plus in elite tier. The other top guys like Giannis is like 300, Tatum's like 200. But like most of the other guys are like 40, 50, $60. You do get some outliers like because you make your roster based on like as a salary structure, and so you can't go over a certain amount. So you need some punt plays. So like if there's like an elite punt play, then that card will spike in price for the week. But for the most part, the cards are pretty cheap. But like I said, like the prize money isn't nearly as good, unfortunately. So, but they have. I'll say this: they have increased every year. So maybe like one day they'll have like 5-figure prizes, which would be nice. But I don't know. It's okay, but I have fun doing it. It's the most important thing, right? Yeah, Tucker Kraft goes. So we did 2 drafts tonight. We did not land Tucker Kraft in either one. Sorry, Butters, if you're watching this. We have quad quarterbacks go in a row. Hopefully there's a quarterback left for us here to take it. We need a third quarterback. Although, yeah, off the top of my head, we had the 2 Colts guys. We can take one of them, I guess. I'm not sweating it. I would like a receiver too. We only have 4 receivers. I'm the Kai's up. He takes Likely. So yeah, let's start looking. He just took Rashad White. Keon Coleman's there. Leggett. I feel like we can get these guys later. I'm not crazy about them. Running backs. No one. I like Garendo. I like Garendo. Didn't he go 11th round in our last draft? I feel like he did. Quarterback, we can take Darnold and like get a weird stack with former Viking. That's okay. Cam Ward's here. Richardson has a spike week potential. Spears just went. I'm going to take Garendo. I know it's a fifth running back, but he's just like, what if McCaffrey can't play? Like, I feel like Garendo's one of those guys I'm going to target like all the time, just because McCarthy's out, then McCaffrey's out, then Garendo's just going to go off. Like, he's going to have some monster games. So, plus, like, these teams took a lot of quarterbacks here, so hopefully we get Cam Ward on the way back or something. So Keon Coleman goes, not crazy about him. These receivers here are just like blah. It's not very exciting. I'm kind of sad though. I would say this: so, like, I guess we should have took a receiver here instead of Swift. That's like who though? It's no one exciting. Like, Keenan Allen's not on the team. Rashad Bateman is just so mediocre. Dubs is mediocre. Marquise Brown, it's not great. Adam Thielen, he's so old. Maybe he has some good games. He's so old. Quentin Johnson sucks. I don't know. I guess Swift was the right move. Yeah. So Jerome Ford goes. Dallas Goedert. Goddard's been going late. Kenny mentioned that yesterday, because like people don't know where he's going to go. There's uncertainty, but Kenny made a great point yesterday where he said the team that trades for him is going to want to use him a lot. So yeah, that people are definitely going to be that people are going to be like regretting like not getting Goddard earlier. I think so. 12th round seems pretty good. I think he was going like 10th round last year, so I feel like that's like around like the range he should be going. Although he does get hurt a lot, so there's that argument. Leggett goes, man, just not very interested in Panther players. J.K. Dobbins not on the team, so we get our guy back. We can take Cam Ward. Where are we tight ends? We have one tight end. So we could go Kincaid. I don't know. It's tough. We have two quarterbacks. Yeah, you know what? I changed my mind. Let's go Kincaid. I think he just has so much upside. Like, he was injured last year. He was dealing with the was it sprained PCL or something in his knee. He just like wasn't 100%. We know that he has great upside. Cam Ward just goes, of course. Cade Otton goes. I think that like I'd rather have Kincaid than a third quarterback. Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah. So we need maybe one running back later, but we need some receivers and we need a third quarterback, third tight end. And we need a third quarterback in the next 3 rounds because we know they all disappear. Richardson just went, so maybe we can wait a little longer on quarterback, but no, not too much longer. So yeah, I'm going to be looking at receiver, and it kind of hurts that like this is because this is the range I like taking running backs. I mentioned like Tyler Algier, Blake Corum, Jalen Wright, Ray Davis. Like this is the sweet spot for running backs, like around 13 through 16. And it kind of sucks that like we don't need a running back anymore. So like maybe that's like a strategy just to keep in mind. I did love Pacheco here. So maybe the move was not taking Jones, maybe taking Myers or Waddle or maybe Juwan Jennings instead of Jones. I think maybe that's the right move. And Pacheco's RB2 instead of RB3, which is a little bit worse, but we still have Swift, we still have Garendo, we could have Algier here at 1408. So I think if I had to redo something in this draft, it would be not be taking Aaron Jones there and going Jennings instead. Yeah, it looks like that. So just it's always important to like learn stuff from these drafts, because like I know like I love round 13 through 16 for running backs. I love round 9 through 11 or 12 for quarterbacks. Same with tight ends. So like I kind of like know where I want to take these players. And so yeah, just drafting. I regret Jones. That is good value, but I just regret Jones right now. So Jalen Wright goes. I guess we weren't going to get Ray Davis and Jalen Wright anyway. I'm the guy who takes Derek Carr. No interest in Derek Carr for me. Just it's so mediocre. I don't know. Is Geno Smith still there? You want to take Geno Smith? We need a receiver badly. This Tillman guy was pretty good last year. Joshua Palmer, maybe Josh Allen turns him into something, but none of these guys are exciting. I'd rather go something else. Gesicki, a third tight end. Let's go. Actually, let's go. We need a third quarterback. Let's go Geno Smith. before they all go. Like I really hate having only two quarterbacks. Because like if we don't take, let's look at the quarterbacks who are still left. Like if we don't take Geno Smith, there's Bryce Young, who sucks. There's Shador Sanders, there's Aaron Rodgers, and that's it. Like there's Daniel Jones, maybe he gets some starts. Maybe Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson sucks. Like, and that's it. Like that's all you're gonna get. Maybe you take a chance on Jalen Milroe. Like maybe that's your option if you miss on these quarterbacks. Like take a shot at Milroe, because if he's gonna play, he's gonna run a lot. But like you just can't like miss out on a third quarterback because, like I said, if you have an injury and you have a guy on a bye, like if you don't have a third quarterback, you're getting a zero, and that really kills you in best ball. So you need these three quarterbacks. So anyone who still has two quarterbacks left is kind of in trouble in that regard. It's not like a death sentence. So it's not like you can't automatically win your league, but it's going to make it a lot tougher because like taking a zero at a position is very detrimental. But yeah, I mean, hopefully, like maybe it works out where your quarterback's on a bye and your other quarterback has a great game. Like that could happen, but you're putting yourself at big risk if you do that. With Olave and Shaheed, I like his yards potential. Yeah, I missed that. I'm just talking like Derek Carr in general, but like I mean, if you already have those two guys, it makes sense. So you have you have Olave in the 6th round. You had Oh, you don't have Shaheed. Okay, I assumed I thought you were going to pair them with both, but yeah, no, that makes sense. So Gesicki's there, Palmer's there. I mean, I would rather have Gesicki than Palmer. I know we only have 4 receivers, which sucks, but yeah, let's go Gesicki, and then we're just gonna draft receivers from here on out. Like we're set everywhere else. This Jones pick really hurts right now. If we had 5 receivers instead, we could have taken Algier here. Like I would have liked that so much better. But this is all learning experience, right? So this is something that I can take into the next draft. Cole Kmet goes. Yeah, it seems so weird that Gesicki's going around 15. Like he had some insane games. Like the end of the year, 14, 18. He had a 10 there, 30. He had a 30-point fantasy point game, 13, 16. Like, yeah, he's better when one of those two receivers goes down. But like usually, like those guys tend to miss time. Like they're not like always healthy. So if one of those guys goes down, like Gesicki is really the receiver 2 there, which is it's pretty appealing. All right, can we pair any receivers with these quarterbacks that we have? We have Caleb Williams, we have Geno Smith. So you look at their depth charts. So I think Olamide Zaccheaus is the Bears' 3rd receiver. Not that I would want to take him here, but maybe. And then there's Trey Tucker. The Raiders are going to be drafting a receiver early. Like the receivers on the roster, there's Jacoby Myers, and that's great. But then they have Trey Tucker, Raymel Keaton. I don't know who that is. Alex Bachman, Tyreek McAllister, I heard of Christian Wilkerson. But like some of these guys you just never heard of. Like I don't even know if they're real players. Wicks goes a little early. Like it seems like people just reached on receivers here. Which again makes me regret Jones, but still. Who are these Raider guys? I've never heard of these guys. Like they're going to be drafting a lot of receivers in this draft. So maybe it makes sense to take one of the rookies. I do like some of the rookies. I mentioned a couple of their names before, so we'll see if we get to them. I mean, has anything stand out here positional wise? This guy only has 3 running backs. Let's see. This guy's 8. This guy's hogging all the receivers. He's 8 receivers already. So in a format where you start 3 receivers, I guess it makes sense, but still. Just feels like a lot. So what's his team? He only has 2. He has no tight ends. Like, dude, you need the tight end. What are you doing? Why are you taking Wan'Dale Robinson? Take Gesicki. Like, in what world are you taking Wan'Dale Robinson over Gesicki? Like in a vacuum. Like forget the fact that you need a tight end. Like, what are you doing with Wan'Dale Robinson? Is there any stacking thing here? No, that seems ridiculous. All right, Juwan Johnson just went. I'm the guy who took him. So. We are looking exclusively at receivers. There's Cooper, Douglas. again, I'm not in love with Douglas because he doesn't have much upside, but we only have 4 receivers, so we need a floor here. Mike Williams, of course, we could have took him last time. Yeah, you know what? Let's take Douglas, and then we'll worry about the upside guys after that. I feel like the rest of our picks probably should be receivers because our running backs are Brown, Jones, Pacheco, Swift, and Garendo. I like that a lot. So we don't. I mean, maybe we could take one running back, but I think we need all receivers from here on out. So, yeah, let's take our safe guy, and then we'll worry about upside. Like after that, like we'll spend the next 4 picks on high upside guys. Although I mean, with Jefferson Brown, it's gonna be tough to beat them. Like that. That's why we need the upside guys because it's gonna be tough to outscore Jefferson Brown, and then the third receiver, either Flowers or Sutton, I feel like would go off on a weekly basis. So I'm not hating our receiving core. I just think that it's kind of thin, and so if there's two injuries there, then like we could be in trouble. So let's see here. So okay, so we go here. Schultz and Sanders. So he took his tight ends. The guy who took Wanda Robinson took Nick Chubb, who's not even in the league and doesn't have a knee. Like, do you need a tight end, man? Like, do you know we draft tight ends? Let's see if he drafts tight end. Brian Whitford is this guy's name. I'm mystified by Wandale Robinson over Gesicki or Cole Kmet. If you don't like Gesicki, fine. There's Cole Kmet, there's Hunter Henry, Tyler Higbee. Like, there's good choices here. He's like Wandale Robinson as your 8th receiver over your starting tight end. Like why? It seems ridiculous. And he's about to time out too. He takes Amari Cooper. Maybe this is a computer. I don't know. All right, Ollie Gordon goes. I didn't want Amari Cooper. We don't know if he's even going to play. Blake Corum's a great pick if we need a running back. Right, so Tank Dell with his knees, don't want him. I usually don't take rookies. I'm going to take Isaiah Bond here. He's tested very well. I think there's a chance that he goes early. Isaiah Bond right now in my mock draft, I am going number 38 to New England. So, yeah, 2nd-round receiver, I'm all for it. So let's go Isaiah Bond as my 5th receiver or 6th receiver, I should say. He has a lot of upside. Blake Corum, great pick there. Kind of weird to see him go this late, but yeah, I mean, that's a great pick for a guy who went running back, who went scarce running back early. So nice pick there. So I am the guy takes Braylon Allen, another great pick. If Breece Hall goes down, Braylon Allen's going like 4th round. So I like that quite a bit. Justice Hill, like a lot of good running backs here, right? Even around 17. Ollie Gordon too. I think he has potential. I have him going either 2nd or 3rd round. Raheem Mostert, not so much. He looked so decrepit last year. But Ollie Gordon, where do I have Ollie Gordon going? I have Gordon going number 59 to the Ravens to be like maybe Derrick Henry's heir apparent there. Audric Estime. Again, like Denver's taking a running back, and like Sean Payton just kept cycling through his running backs last year, just couldn't decide which one he wanted. So I'll be shocked if they don't take a running back the first 2 rounds. And even like at 20, if Genty falls to them, like we talked about, like running up to the board or running up to the podium to submit the pick. But if it's even if he's gone, like it could easily be Hampton or Judkins or Travion Henderson. Like they are really hurting at running back. And like I don't know. Like let's even like so they're going to draft the running back the first 2 rounds. So like where does that leave Estime and McLaughlin? Like you just don't know. And like Sean McVay just like last year was like, okay, Estime is going to start, and then it's going to be McLaughlin, there's Javonte Williams, and Williams again, and then McLaughlin. Like you just never knew which player he would use. It was really frustrating. And they had another running back too. It wasn't just those 2. They had what's his face? Who was Tyler Bidet. They had him too. He got hurt, and then he came back, and then he saw some action. So yeah, just I mean Tyler Bidet could easily be the guy. So by guy I mean like the person who like holds off the rookie for a few weeks, and like people are frustrated. It's like, oh, why is Genty not playing? Oh, they're playing Bidet instead. Like it could be that guy. McLaughlin goes, yeah, he he's like hedging his bets here. Like I'm going to take Estime and McLaughlin. I'm going to get some good value here. But no, it's probably going to be Bidet and the rookie they draft. So it's like 2 wasted picks late. I just don't. Like, I wouldn't draft Estime and McLaughlin. It just doesn't make any sense to do that. There's just way too many players at running back there. Kyle Williams goes. So we are going to be up here in Supix Alec Io Manor. And then Chiggy Chiggy Bang Bang goes. So Tank Dell's still available. Yuskevich, you could draft him again. Yeah, like saying before with Yuskevich, like if either Chase or Higgins goes down, there's your upside, right? So let's go Yuskevich to get more upside. So we now have 7 receivers. I think we could draft one more receiver and one more running back. I think that's fine. I think I know who I'm gonna take at 1905, and I don't think anyone's gonna take him. But knock on wood, I guess. Gonna pretend to knock on wood. I didn't actually knock on wood. I'm not. I don't. If he goes, I'm not like worried about it. But Tyler Conklin, Nick Westbrook Akine, he's not the guy, but he's my backup option. So. He scored 9 touchdowns last year. There's going to be some regression for sure, but the thing is, like, he's going to be in a better offense too. So maybe that'll kind of like nullify the regression of like maybe. So I feel like if he stayed in Tennessee, his touchdowns would drop from like 9 to 3. But in Miami, he'd have more of a chance to go like 4 or 5 touchdowns. So we'll see. It really depends on how how healthy Tua is and stuff like that, and also the receivers ahead of him, and Tyreek Hill and Joe Waddle. By the way, this guy finally took his tight ends, Tyler Conklin, who's a blocking tight end who may not be a starter because they're going to draft tight end, and then he took Theo Johnson. I actually like Theo Johnson in the 19th round. I am up. The receiver I was talking about is, of course, MVS. He had some monster games last year. Derek Carr's dad had to learn his name, how to say it. I don't know, apparently it's difficult to say it, but he had to learn the name, and that's just like, I don't know. I felt like that really boded well for MVS. I'm like, this is not a flash in the pan, and like, yeah, sure enough, like he went off the next week. I played him in DFS, so that worked out. And then the third week, I played him again in DFS, but he got hurt early on, and I think he scored a touchdown, if I remember correctly. Look at his stats. So let's see. Yeah, so hold on a second. So he had this monster game, 28-9, right? Now I played him here in 16-7. And then I think I played him in these 2, and then he got hurt in this one. Oh no, he got hurt later. So I mean, these are not bad. 11, 9, and 8. It's not terrible. So all right, so suddenly I start coughing like crazy. All right, so we're in the final round. So I think we're okay at receiver now. We drafted some good depth there. Let's see. Let's look at some running backs. I think Zach Moss makes a lot of sense. I'm the guy. I don't care if you take these guys in the 20th round. Singletary. It's the same guys stuff about last time too. Who else is there? Khalil Herbert. Then there's Woody Marks. All these guys we talked about last time. I feel like you just draft the same guys in the late round. If you do this enough, you're just drafting the same guys over and over again in like rounds 18, 19, 20. Christian Watson can make his dad happy if I take him, but no, his dad. I actually would rather have his dad yell at me than be happy with me and call me classless. that was so weird. It's just like this guy like comes out of nowhere and calls me classless. I had no idea that was Christian Watson's dad at first. I thought it was just some random dude. But like he had like a large following. I'm like, who is this guy? And it looked like he had a podcast or something. Daniel Jones is still here. That's interesting. Dude, what if Daniel Jones becomes a starter? How is Daniel Jones still on the board? That's crazy. We have 5 running backs. I'm not crazy about Geno Smith. Whether McCarthy sucks. Yeah, let's take Daniel Jones. Let's do it. Just for the lulls. I haven't drafted Daniel Jones yet. How is Daniel Jones still available? Like he could easily be the starter in Indianapolis, and he has a good supporting cast there. I don't like taking 4 quarterbacks, but like he could. I mean, this guy runs a lot too. Like he can have some spike weeks. I don't know why this is all blue, but like, look, he had 18, 19, 22. Like, if he starts, um, he could have a good year. 25. He had it. Apparently he played at the Giants. No, he had a 25-point fantasy game. I don't know who this was against, but um, he no, he had he's definitely capable of having some great games. I again, I don't really like taking four quarterbacks, but like Jones there is just too much value. These running backs suck too. Anyway, so let's look at our team real fast. We can head out. It's almost 1 o'clock. So Chase Brown, Aaron Jones, Isaiah Pacheco, Garendo, and yeah, we have 5 running backs. Ideally, you want 6, but these I feel like we don't have like any duds here. So well, maybe Garendo if he doesn't play because of McCaffrey, but these other 4 seem like pretty solid. So I'm not like too upset about not having 6 running back. We have Jeff. Although, like I said before, I think if I had to redo this, I would have taken Jennings over Jones, and then I would have gotten. So, well, instead of Geno Smith, we could have taken Algier, and then our third quarterback would have been Jones. Like, had we known, right? So tight end Hawkinson. Usually don't take a tight end that early, but I thought he was just way too much value. Plus, we were thinking about stacking Minnesota, which we did. Kincaid, high upside tight end, round 13. He was going like round 5 last year, round 6. 13th round for Kincaid is insane. I love that. Gesicki, like I love our tight ends. And then quarterbacks, like, you know, and they're going to have strong quarterbacks. Although I almost did, right? We almost got Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts. But yeah, like Caleb Williams, McCarthy, Geno Smith, and then Daniel Jones. So between those 4, we should have a good producer each week. Hopefully McCarthy becomes even better than Sam Darnold was. You know, for Minnesota last year, and I do have confidence in him because of first of all the supporting cast he has there is amazing, and then second, Kevin O'Connell is just an offensive guru, so I'm pretty confident in that. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching and commenting. Just really appreciate it. Always fun to do this with you. We'll do some best ball drafts throughout the summer. I know the draft is coming up, so we have to focus on that. But once the draft's over, we're going to know where these guys are. Plus, we're going to have like bye weeks and stuff. So it's going to get a little bit more complicated because, you know, we're going to have to like make sure we don't have the same bye weeks for quarterbacks and tight ends. It's always important. But yeah, we'll do this more of the summer. But yeah, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video, visit the link in the description for the merch store. All that mean a lot to us. We'll be back on Saturday with Tom and usually talking our usual tomfoolery. That's always a lot of fun. And hopefully we have some good hedges and golf. Unfortunately, this first round did not go so well. Actually, Bhatia is like 2 over. Like, if you look at the leaderboard, there's some weird people at the top. Like, there's an amateur. His name is like Brown, I think. This guy's played, I think, only 2 PGA Tour events, I think. Ben James. He's 4 under. Like, there's a guy named Poltergeist is tied for 4th, tied for 6th. Keith Mitchell stinks. Like, what is that? He hits the ball far, but that's all he does. Keith Mitchell's best finish this year outside of last week was 21st. He's somehow 8 under today. Sam Ryder is just, he's okay. He's not that bad, but he's in first place. Ryder's best finish this year is 14th. Like, what is going on in this tournament? Hopefully there's some major regressions to the mean tomorrow because this leaderboard just looks so bizarre. And Peter Malnati's 3 under. He's horrible. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but anyway, hopefully we get some better luck in that regard. We won with Minwoo Lee last week, 40-1. So maybe this is just like, you know, it's like gambling gods be like, no, you're not winning again. So hopefully the Masters we can rebound with, or hopefully we have some good performances from our guys. You know, if Keith Mitchell can go 8 under, I think Bhatia can go 8 under, right? So. All right, guys. Yeah, like I said, we'll be back Saturday. Talk to you then. Have a great night. Have a great start to your weekend, and I'll talk to you Saturday.